Okay. Give me just a moment. Just a moment. Bring up the old desktop. How's everyone doing today? I can't see everyone who's here yet, but I will in just a minute. Let's see if I can catch this before it blasts out an ad. There we go. Hey, Michael. Michael, how you been? Michael says, hope that you're doing well. I am doing well. Sniper and Sissy, how are you guys? I just got Monday the 20th. I got a guest coming up, a meditation teacher, Course in Miracles student. I love two of my favorite things to talk about. Hey, Lady Sky. Two of my favorite things to talk about: meditation and A Course in Spirit, Course in Miracles. How many people here meditate? How many people would like to know how to meditate? How many people wish they knew someone who would teach them how to meditate very cheaply? If not, maybe absolutely for free. Man, if we only knew of such a person. Well, been on my mind today. I hope all is well, my friend. Carl, hey Carl. Carl, how are you? Carl is going to be live. Today is Thursday. Thursday is Carl Day, if anyone didn't know. You might think that Thursday is, I don't know, Thursday Night Football. Nope. You might think that it is, I don't know, Meatloaf Day for some of you. Maybe. Lasagna Day. And you go to a bar day, but then again, so did Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Mondays and Sundays and Saturdays. Um, but officially now it is Thursday is Carl's Day. Pippa says, "Hi, Cat and Jack. What time is best for you tomorrow to sing?" Well, in the evening, I will have someone. The 5:25. I'm going to have a guest come up. So, man, we're having Bruce Walls comes up on Friday's going to be a good day. If Lady Sky can come up and sing in the afternoon, um, and then our friend Bruce, my friend Bruce, will come up. What a perfect day. Then Saturday we'll be singing with Big L. Oh, and Saturday, Adam is going to come up in the afternoon because he can't make it Sunday. Yeah, this is one of my favorite colors too. Sissy. This is one of my first races when I started ultra running. It was only a 10-mile race, but it was the hardest 10-mile race I've ever done. It's in 2019. It was actually anniversary was just a bit ago. It is. You see this is the beginning, literally vertical, straight up. Well, says he's getting some stuff now. He said other things at 2. Now he's having some stuff to make him okay, but well stable. I don't know. We'll find out. Keep we'll stay in my prayers. Guys, hold on 1 second. I've just had blueberries delivered to my house. You didn't know you could do that, did you? There's an international blueberry service that will send blueberries from wherever you are in the world, uh, almost instantaneously. It's like I manifested blueberries. It's like I sat down, cleared my mind, just thought of blueberries. Since everything works on the level of the mind, we'll talk about that when I get back. Blueberries, just like that. Until I come back, hey, I'm going to leave Carl in charge. Carl can do whatever he wants on this live stream until I come back. Be right back. Hi, Abigail. Just keep positive thoughts, Willow. 1 second. Lady Scott says tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central for me. 1 p.m. for me. I'm perfect with that. Carl says I only eat strawberries. All right. I did get strawberries too, but they arrived earlier. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. What kind of trouble did you get into? Well, so, I've read that. Abigail says it's double tapping. It's free to go subscribe, like, and subscribe. Everyone, rig the button, turn your notifications on, and hit the button on your notification. Thank you, Abigail, my top mod of all mods. Hey, Ball. Delivery is delivered by Smurfs. That's the best kind, for sure. This guy says, okay, cool, Yogi. I'm going to read something in just a moment. Just a moment. Hey, guys. Were you over at Jace's on his live stream? He hit some massive view numbers. 10K views, 10,834 views. And he gained 29 subscribers, one live stream. How is that even possible? Because he's Jace. Congratulations to Jace. Here's what I wanted to read. Let me see. Hold on. Hey, Estat, welcome back. Feels like Christmas in Dublin. Is it because it's cold or it just feels like seasonal? It's on the cool side here too. So obviously this is from A Course in Miracles. I read this last night or yesterday afternoon. There is but one interpretation of motivation that makes any sense. And because it is the Holy Spirit's judgment, it requires no effort at all on your part. I love this part. Every loving thought is true. I'm going to say it again. I might say it 3 or 4 times. Every loving thought is true. Everything else is an appeal for healing and help. Every loving thought is true. Everything else, no exceptions, is an appeal for healing and help, regardless of the form it takes. If you feel like you're being attacked, if you're questioning something, questioning someone else, questioning yourself, all of it is an appeal for healing and help, regardless of the form it takes. Can anyone be justified in responding with anger to a brother's plea for help? No response can be appropriate except the willingness to give it to him. For this and only this is what he is asking for. You get to open up to that interpretation, the interpretation of motivation. What motivates anyone? What motivates someone to be a troll? What motivates? I don't even particularly like that term, but it's handy, you know? What motivates someone to be unkind? What motivates someone to be mean, to be angry, to be viewed as if attacking. The same thing that motivates us when we act that way. And guess what? At one time or another, we've all acted that way. Some of us could easily say, I've never been a troll. Have we never been that in real life? Have you ever offered a sarcastic comment when someone just wanted a loving word in real life? Maybe you haven't. So every loving thought is true. Everything else is an appeal for healing and help, regardless of the form it takes. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that in the chat. I'm not sure how much I can fit in. Carl says, I'm lucky to get 30 people watching. Me too. Me too. It's okay, Carl. We just keep doing what we do. Hey, Toy Pups. So here's the deal with me. I like going live. I have my moments where I doubt myself. Hey, Heart Matters. What motivated Saddam to throw babies out the window? I'm suspicious that was a plea for healing and help. Yes, if you see it from the viewpoint of ego. Remember, ego isn't egocentric. It isn't saying egotistical. It's viewing ego as a construct, as a psychological, emotional, thought-filled construct, a thought construct. So on the level of that, on the level of form, it certainly appears as we can't justify it. And on the level of form, it isn't justified. Zero. Everyone always picks out the very worst things, right? Seen through the lens of the ego, that's horrible. Seen through the lens of what we're talking about here, the Holy Spirit, it is seen as an appeal for help, a horrible appeal for help. It doesn't mean that we don't take care of the condition on the level of form. It doesn't mean that he is not locked away, receiving help. It means he is so immersed in his dark, dark, dark world of ego, there was no seeing anything else but that darkness. We are so locked in our own view from the ego that all we can see is his darkness and the need for retribution. There is a different way. Hey, Marlon. Marlon, how are you? That said, well said, Yogi. There is another way. There's a different way. But until we know a different way, all we can see is the way that we were brought up to know. I mentioned this before. If we were to seriously devote ourselves to meditation in a month's time, we would have a different worldview. We would know that our thoughts are shaping our world and that our thoughts are simply the map and not the territory. It's the menu and not the meal. Oh, I agree, Heart Matters. Heart Matters says, I think your statement is true in most cases. There are certain people whose brains are so damaged that they're capable of acting in harmful ways without thought. I agree. But that doesn't mean on the level past ego that there is still an appeal for asking for help or healing. Past that damaged brain, there is that same innocence of a baby, the same innocence of pure beingness that exists as all of us. It's so deeply hidden. It's such a touchy thing. Everyone wants to bring up Saddam Hussein. Everyone wants to bring up Hitler. Everyone wants to bring up the worst mass murderers of the world and say, but what about this person? Yes, that person. Doesn't make it easy. Doesn't make it acceptable. But it doesn't make it any less real. I did say two lesses for a reason. Hey, Richard. Richard, you got your songs picked out. Lucy, how are you? Lucy's having a fantastic day. As always, I hope you're two lady sky. And not just meditation. If you were to practice the type of forgiveness as advocated by A Course in Miracles, if you were to immerse yourself in, say, a year's worth of studying the Tao Te Ching, if you gave yourself wholeheartedly to the practice of yoga, to the practice of Buddhism, if you studied the mystics, if you did contemplative prayer, you see the limits of viewing the world from an egoic perspective. Remember, I'm not saying ego as in that measure of self-worth. The ego can't be a great measure of self-worth because the ego doesn't portray the self. It portrays an illusory self. It portrays an illusion. If the self is if the ego is a construct, and we relate to ourselves as ego, guess what? We have related to a construct. So everything we see through that lens is going to be false. This is what's the acronym for fear? False evidence appearing real. I'm not fond of acronyms. There's one for the ego, edging God out, or some might say edging good out. What's up, Adam? I was just talking about you. Adam says, imagine how awful that would be to be able to do such harm without a thought. What a horrible place to be. Indeed, my friend, perfectly said. Man, that was greatly said. Hey, Jace. Jace, 13 months. Jason's been a member as long as I've had memberships. Him and Eric LaPointe. Squirrel Snap has been a long time member. Awesome, awesome friends. Thank you. Hey, Wild Man. Same shampoo. Man, you think I can afford shampoo? You guys looking at me and thinking I'm made out of money? Shampoo? This is bar soap head, guys. Not even fancy bar soap. This is like 59-cent bargain soap on the head. Coming in here with your fancy talk of shampoo. What are you, made of money, man? Bill Wildman? I should call you Bill Money Man. Jeez. Hey, sissy. Thank you for that. Jace said happy birthday. Happy birthday in October. Thank you, my friend. Jace, I was talking about you too. I was telling everyone about your massive numbers and how well deserved they actually are. As Jace said, patience. He was patient. He didn't waver. He showed up every day, regardless. If there was 6 people there, Jace showed up and did the work. If there was 10 people there, 20 people there, if there was 50 people there, if there was 10,000 people there, it doesn't vary. Jace shows up and does the work. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all members. Acting with motivation requires consciousness. The more conscious we are, the more polarized our motivation can become. What if you reverse that? The more conscious we are, the less polarized, the less motivation we actually have. In pure consciousness, who would there be to be motivated? In pure consciousness, there's no ego. So, in pure consciousness, what can be motivated? Right? Who is it? What is it that would be motivating? If ego is a construct appearing within pure consciousness, and from the lens of pure consciousness, you see the ego for what it is, then there's no motivation and there is no polarization because it's a non-dual. Jay says, if I can motivate just one each time, job done. Thank you, Jace. Hey, Jace, consider this. Just you showing up. It's not easy. You started out with some big views. You started out with getting lots of views, and it went down inexplicably. I don't know why. As you said, you thought you were shadow banned, but you stayed patient. You didn't give up. You kept showing up. That's motivating. That motivated me. You know what I mean? My views go up and down. I mentioned this before. You know, my nature shorts used to get thousands of views. Right now, they're sort of like getting in the teens. Don't know why. However, I love being out in nature. I love taking little clips and I love sharing them. As disheartening as it can sometimes be, you just keep showing up and you keep doing it. Why? Because you love doing it. Jace loves what he's doing. That made all the difference. Willow sending love. Michael says, hey there, Jace. Heartmatter says, the deepest love and deepest plea would come from the strongest consciousness. But what if there's only consciousness? There's not weak consciousness. There's not strong consciousness. There's consciousness, undivided. I don't believe pure consciousness is possible, as that would be omniscient. Omniscient. I'm going to keep saying it. No, I'm not. So what's the matter with that? I told you that you could experience yourself as pure consciousness in less than a year's worth of deep meditation. What if you had a glimpse past the veil of seeing through the lens of the ego? And what if you actually already have, but everything quickly comes rushing back? What are you when you go past the sleep stage of consciousness into the third realm of consciousness? Sleep, deep sleep, not dream sleep. In yoga, there is Turiya. Turiya is the fourth state of consciousness, also called transcendental consciousness, also called bliss consciousness, also called Christ, Buddha, Krishna consciousness. And you've actually already experienced it, but because it is the lack of something to be aware of, because nothing occurs within that state of consciousness, we have no comparison, zero. But what if I could promise you that not only could you experience it now, but you've experienced it in the past? Who were you when you were first born and you didn't have a single concept, a single label, a single belief? You weren't pure consciousness then, or at least you weren't aware of being pure consciousness then, but you were as close as you've been so far. Hey, Nameless Monster. We don't have, well, we do. I think we have 2 or 3. People have started them, and I don't really participate because I don't know how. I get a little lost there. I go on like once, and then I never remember my logon. So I get lost and never go back. But hey, you guys are, I'll try again. Anyone's always willing. Anyone is always perfectly fine if you want to start one. Let me say it that way. Paul says, hi, Yoda. Paul says, I'm thinking of giving up. Hey, imagine if Jace thought about giving up. And Jace had other issues on YouTube as well. Jace has been attacked. Jace has been taken advantage of. Carl, you're so at home when you are, you're so yourself when you're live streaming. You're so warm and gracious. It seems like you're enjoying yourself, having your friends nearby. If you truly enjoying yourself, don't give up. Do it for that. Do it because you love doing it and the close people that show up to support you. Lucy says, love, where'd that go? I do practice yoga, Nameless Monster. Hey, Lee. I don't know what that means. WDYM. Yogi. Lakshay? I don't know what that means, my friend. Emily says, I'm streaming right now. Awesome. Are you singing? All right, I lost some stuff. Hey, North, thanks so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Guys, It was a late birthday for our friend Lee, Magnetic North. It was just a couple days ago. Was it Monday or Tuesday? There we go. Lucy says, I love being in nature. Me too, my friend. Lucy says, I love doing nature walks. Absolutely. Well, it says, I'm okay, Will, at least better than yesterday. How are you? Adam says, I think omniscience. How close am I? Is of the head omni, loving is the heart. Is the head, loving is the heart. What was it Nisargadatta Maharaj said? The greatest journey is bridging the head from the heart. As Stott says, unfortunately, YouTube likes to push content that nurtures our vices. Do you think so? Heavenly Star says, Yogi Bear. Heavenly Star, how are you, my friend? He says, I think the stretching has also helped a lot. I'm more flexible now, so when things upset me, I just stick my head between my knees and kiss my own butt. I'm going to call that Plan B. No, I actually might call it Plan C. If Plan A and Plan B don't work out for me, Jace, then I'll hook you up for Plan C. Have you been doing some extra stretching? People keep missing comments here or on your live stream. Hey, one thing for sure. Give me 1 second, guys. I need my wagon pen. One thing for sure, Heart Matters, is I always enjoy your line of questioning. Yes, what do you want? Cat says, Lee, lots of love. See if I can make it towards the bottom here. Lee's saying hi to everyone. Armada says, I think this is where our ideas of consciousness matter. My experience shows that consciousness is not a yes or no. I agree with that. Babies, ants, grass, etc., cannot show love as well as mothers, leaders, lovers can. But what if all they're showing is pure love? What if that's all there is to show? Because there's no opposite of that. Let's entertain the what if. Hey, Joe. Joe, how are you? Cat says hi to Adam. Richard says, good afternoon, Cat and Jack. Hope you well. Hey, Richard, did you, I don't remember if you answered. You got your songs picked out? Cat says, how you doing now, Lee? Jay says, yes. Joe had, man, everything's jumping. You guys got me hopping. He says, take care. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming in, Lee. Thank you so much, my friend. Lakshaya says, I'm an Indian, but I do not find yogic reasoning logical. Maybe you can help me understand it. I don't know. I don't know if I could. We could talk about it, though. I don't know if it's supposed to be reasonable or logical. Parmetta says, omniscience. You know what? I'll see it there and I'll keep pronouncing it when I see it, but then I'll just mess up again. By now, everyone is very familiar with my lack of proper pronunciation, including the word pronunciation, probably. Abigail says, love you guys. We love you too. Abigail says, it's double tapping. It's free to go subscribe and like and go subscribe, everyone. Ring the button. Turn your notifications. Thank you, my friend. Edward, how are you? Richard says, bye, Carl. Carl, have a good day, my friend. We will see you at 3 o'clock my time or thereabouts. Hey, L Dog. L Dog, how you been feeling? Duck. Says quack many times over. That is, you are a good duck, my friend. You are a very, very good duck. I would say that you are probably the single best duck, and I actually know my ducks. You can ask Kat about this. I know my ducks. I love and appreciate my ducks. So I think you are beyond a good duck. I think you are actually a mighty fine duck, the best of the best. I have not heard a better. Unlike those geese. Yes, sir. I shook my fist at a goose or geese in general. Dog says, Yogi, I heard the moon has less hair than you. How do you feel about that? I say we have a recount. I demand a recount. It's me against the moon. Jay says, background food time. Awesome. Akshay says, have a good time. Heart Meta says to Adam, oh, yes, I think in terms of continuing to act in love, but to be completely oblivious to the results. Duck says, yippee. Yogi say, Doug yup. Good duck, yippee. I did say good duck. Duck says, duck smarts feel weird. As if your smell's any better. Geez, talk about judgmental. All right, now I personally have not experienced either, but I'm willing to bet all dog's fart doesn't smell any better than a duck's fart. Zipper says they're timing out as I'm making plum sauce. Gotcha. All dogs has he's laughing says sorry. Duck says hi to mint. Percolated fish says your heart matters. That seemed to be a good operating system. Our dog is laughing. Is it okay to eat mushrooms that smell like fish? I would say no. I would say the only thing that should smell like fish are fish. And even that is suspect. But let's open that up to discussion. Guys, would you eat mushroom that is it slimy? I wouldn't eat a slimy mushroom either. It says Goose is good if you watch Top Gun. It's you know what? I never saw Top Gun all the way through. Never saw the whole movie. Man, you're just throwing that word out there to get me to mispronounce it after you spelled it, after you phonetically spelled it for me. Many monks, I think, get this wrong as they stop acting altogether. I personally have not seen that myself. I don't think anyone doubts existence. What they're doubting is the existence of the ego. And again, you can see right through it. You know what, duck? It's actually bad to feed ducks bread. You got nothing but duck food here, my friend. I will not contribute to the bad habits of a duck. And I encourage everyone here, do not feed the duck bread. No offense, duck. Oh, Yogi still missed my comments on my songs 3 times? All right, I did. You're absolutely right. Well, you know, Richard, I was being quacked at. That can be highly disturbing. No offense, Duck. I see you writing another original song. Awesome. So I see the original song. I don't see the other stuff. Apparently, a seal fart is the worst pure sulfur in fish. Why does that sound pretty good? Duck says, how do so many mods? To help people connect to each other. Show them that I appreciate them, show them that I trust them. Mainly to connect. Me choke on bread sometimes. It's not good for the stomach either. Well, you know what? Sometimes we can love something too much that isn't good for us. Kensfer Nelson, how are you? Speaking of modding people up, thanks for coming in. Gonna mod you up. I'm gonna mod you up right away. I love ducks. Doesn't mean I would trust a duck. Lisa says, hello, Cats for Nelson. Everyone is saying hi. Zipper says, Duck, does your mommy know that you were chatting on a live stream? I suspect that Duck is actually 46 years old. Slightly balding. Little bit of a belly. He's probably sitting on the couch. Probably has a beer in his hand. Might have a big bowl of ice cream next to him. Might be eating bread. I suspect. I don't know anything for certain. Why is the stream so delayed? Is it delayed? I don't know. Technology. Operator error? For sure, probably. Adam says, I love fresh mushrooms. We have fun in the woods and other native goods. Mushrooms, remember, be careful. Yes. So what do you think of slimy mushrooms? Abigail says no. Shaban is laughing at eggs. Eggs are pretty funny, you know? My brother, nice looking. Vishnel, thank you. It's a great way to come into a conversation. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you get it right. What if you just wanted to come in and be kind to someone? Sebastian, my friend, how are you? Sebastian, how's the subscribers going along? Step 1 is seeing the connection of everything. Step 2 is accepting that you are powerless. Step 3 is deciding to act in love anyway. I see many people getting stuck on step 2. Interesting. I think I love those steps. I think that though in step 3, when you decide that when you truly see that you are powerless, there's no acting in love. There's just love, because there will be no one there. There'll be no one there to act. That's from the Tao Te Ching, right? That's from the Bhagavad Gita. That is from Course in Miracles, mystical Christianity. See you, Duck. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated, my friend. I hope you subscribe. Thank you for the jewels, Cat. Cats for Nelson. I forgot. I don't want to get our cats confused. Plus, I have 2 cats wandering around the house. This could turn into a very confusing conversation. Hey, Beth. Can I teach you slang words? Nah. Not because it's bad or anything. I just don't want to. That's right. I said want to. Dog says duck makes me never hate ducks. They might be my spirit animal. So what did we decide on for slimy mushrooms? Catherine Nelson said, did my gift show? It did, and I thanked you. I'm sorry if you didn't hear. Thank you. It's highly appreciated, my friend. As well, I just appreciate you being here. Cat says, meow, welcome. What's your cat's name? My cat's name, I have Black Cat and the other Black Cat. Sort of interchangeable. black cat and the other black cat. I also the AKA upstairs cat, downstairs cat, AKA meditation cat, yoga cat. One likes to meditate with me, the other likes to do my yoga with me. Also, there's the one that I like to call, hey, get your claws out of my leg. That's kind of a long name, but it's very fitting. Slimy mushrooms are usually old, so I would not eat them. I forget who asked about slimy mushrooms. Don't eat them. Casper Nelson says, no, it's all good. Thank you, my friend. I love rabbits too. You hear my cat? This is the black cat, or it might be the other black cat. But it's most definitely meditation cat. And it's most definitely get your claw out of my cat. I adopted them when they were 10 years old. My then partner, she stopped by a pet store to pick something up. I forget what it was. And they had a cat sanctuary for cats that had lost, for whatever reason, lost their home, lost their owners. And they were 10 years old. And they were siblings, two sisters. And the lady there told Mocha that she was worried about the cats. They were loving and affectionate, but people generally don't want to get older cats. They don't want to get black cats, and the odds of getting them both. And she was afraid because they were bonded that they would be separated. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, all right, I gotta get them. Don't at that point you don't have a choice anymore. You hear a sad story, you got to do what's right if you're able to. Are your cats next to Yogi? Yep, upstairs cat is. She just wandered off though. She wandered off into the abyss of messiness that is my office. Now, hey, what? You hear me talking about you? You want to say something? You want to say hi to Casper Nelson? Hey, say something. Yeah, that's right. Just for you, Casper Nelson. Meditation cat, and yoga cat. Unicorns of my spirit animal is very fitting. Black cat and other black cat. Casper Nelson says someday I want to adopt older cats too when I'm older. I didn't have any plans for a cat. We spent several years without a cat as I was caregiver for my father for several years before he passed away. And our last cat, diabetic, we still gave him shots twice a day, but he had a seizure and passed away. And we decided against getting another cat because my father had started walking with a cane and then a walker, eventually a wheelchair, and we thought it would be unfair for the cat and a tripping hazard for my father. And then when he passed away, I don't know, just didn't feel ready to open up. But these two cats came into my life. And I'm glad they did. A little bit of troublemakers, but I'm glad they did. This guys, let's see the kitty. She just wandered off. Hey, you coming back in? If she wanders back in, Lady Sky. Adam says, I think there's a lot of power in realizing our powerlessness. At least it frees us from use of spent energy. Well, you know, that's one of the 12 steps is recognizing that we are powerless over our addiction. That's a tough thing to come to because we want to grit our teeth and say, of course I have power and I'm going to get through this. And we do for a little while, but we are truly powerless over addiction. And guess what? I was talking to cat, so many cats, um, earlier today. We're all addicted to something. We are addicted on a belief that we are an ego. We are addicted to our thoughts, not realizing that belief in our thoughts, belief that everything that we are thinking is true, is an addiction and isn't necessarily so. Just because we think something, just because our thoughts form an opinion, just because those opinions form a belief, doesn't mean that any of them are actually true. And yet we go through life insisting. Cats for Nelson says, 5 years sober, thanks to 5 cats. Awesome. 26 years sober, thanks to yoga, meditation, A Course in Miracles, thanks to God, thanks for literally miracles, the miracle of sobriety in my life. I did not earn my sobriety. It was grace. It was gifted to me unexpectedly. People asked me if quitting drinking was hard, and I was a drunk. No better way to describe it. I drank every single day for over a decade, well over a decade. And no, it wasn't hard for me to quit drinking because I never tried before. But an experience happened, and I realized in that moment that if I wanted to, it wasn't even a choice. I just needed to step in that direction. If I wanted to, I could be sober. Had it happened a year ago, I would have said I don't want to. But it happened at right time, and I decided that I did. Maybe I didn't decide. I just knew. I wanted to. I wanted sobriety now. Never look back. Hey, Toppers. What's the question, my friend? Hey, Cats for Nelson, congratulations on 5 years of sobriety. We talk about sobriety quite a bit. Yeah, we can do some breath work, Marlon. Sorry about your father. Thank you, my friend. He had a good long life, but it was still, and still is. Just had the anniversary of his death. His funeral was, anniversary of his funeral was 3 days ago. This guy says, "Are your cats picky when they eat their cat food?" Biggie, my grizzly cat, he was very picky. No, not quite so picky. Are the people close to you in real life awake? And wow, 26 years. Congrats. People close to me in real life. I have a brother that I live with. We inherited the house from my dad, and we decided to share expenses. We both grew up here. I love my area. Um, we are close-ish. He is awake. Uh, Man, you know what? Other than that, anyway, back in. Estat says, "Well, Yogi, good work. Thank you, Estat. It got bad and I had to choose my family or the drinks. Still not easy, was it? As much as we love our family and we think it's going to be an easy choice, right? And it's an easy choice, but it is not an easy struggle that follows often for so many people. But what great motivation. Armada says, I was able to kick my addiction after listening to about a dozen people who had kicked their addiction using the same idea. They all describing changing the self-description. Nice. And Cats for Nelson says, oh yeah, hypnosis helped too. Adam says, my old dog lost weight when I started feeding her real meat, cheese, yogurt, pumpkin, however, mozzarella, no. Hey, I hear you. Lady Sky, you still here? Cats for Nelson, this is for you. Hey. Don't look at my finger. Look at the phone. That might be as much as she cooperates. Ladies, guys, congratulations on your 26th anniversary of being sober, Yogi. Thank you so much, Lady Sky. Catherine also says, true, in the beginning it wasn't easy, but now I couldn't imagine it because I love awareness. Man, we don't even realize how fogged the mind becomes when we're any substance that we become addicted to. And again, that's true with any addiction. Our addiction to identifying ourselves solely as a body, our addiction of being identified as an ego, our addiction to our beliefs, our opinions, they all cloud our awareness. We don't have to let go of all of those addictions, but just be aware that an addiction isn't reality. Or, again, that great phrase, two of them, the map is not the territory. The meal is not, or the menu is not the meal. The thought isn't the actuality. My thought about my desk isn't the desk. That wasn't subject to debate. That my cat wanted to debate with me. Papa says I have someone coming to my house removing a drain pipe from my house at night. Any clever, funny ideas to make it stop? No, you don't quite understand. You want to someone's coming to your house to remove a drain pipe, and you want to make it stop. The lack of regulation on dog food is really annoying, but then our own food is pretty screwed up too. It is. It is. You're right on both counts. SS says, can you be close with people you receive as not awake? Yep, I can be close to everyone. San Francisco Topper, get a goose. What if we got a duck instead? Geese are so temperamental. Parmata says an example, they didn't say I'm quitting XYZ. Instead, they said I'm no longer an XYZ user. Hey, Left Abe. Good morning, Neil. Catherine Nelson says they seal at toppers. Cat says cool to Dundee. Catherine Nelson says cool for Sun Dundee. Dundee does not drink anymore, and I have regretted it once. Me either. I never even find myself wondering, or even considering. What changed was I was on a self-destructive path. I wanted to obliterate myself. I wanted to uh, literally drink myself out of existence. But the tools were in place to deliver me from that mindset. My meditation practice had deepened and deepened and deepened. My yoga practice was becoming more the center focus of my life. My study of the Course in Miracles, spotty, but important to me. Parmena says, I'm not just a body, I'm also my present actions and the actions of my past. If my body died, I would continue existing through the ideas I've shared and things I've created and changed. Yeah, you mentioned that before, and it's an interesting thought. But are you really, my question would be, and not doubting you, not doubting anything about it. In the absence of a thought of the past, does the past exist? If you don't have a thought of the past, what do you have? Percolated Fish says, that was lame, Yogi. All I saw was some kind of tower and some hair on the sides. Oh, yeah, that was Space Heater. You can blame me. Don't blame the cat. You can blame me. Heart Matter says, got to run. Love y'all. See you soon. Thanks, Heart Matter. Hey, Heart Matter, if you're still here, you're really going to love the guest tomorrow. He is going to be talking about sacred geometry and being guided by the synchronicities of life and how it all interrelates with the Course of Miracles, how it awakens us from the illusion. What is the illusion? Look around. You're living it. You're experiencing it. We're talking about it. We're only going to be on for a few more minutes. We're going to do some breath work before we go. Catherine Nelson says there is no past, in my opinion. Agreed. That's in the absence of a thought. What do we have? Einstein talked about time and space being an illusion, albeit a stubborn illusion. We have a past because we continuously think about the past. We continuously conceptualize the past, and we continuously talk about it. But without any of that in place, what do we have? People say, well, I have memories. But what's a memory but a thought? In the absence of that thought, you have no memory. Catherine Nelson says, oh my God, I love sacred geometry. Hey, Catherine Nelson, what time zone are you in? It's going to be 5:25 my time. It is Bruce Rawls. Bruce Rawls is an author. Let me read you his book. Oops. Give me one second. I want to read this for you, Catherine Nelson. I've been lucky. I've had so many good guests come up, including last night. The Rational Man. So the book is called The Geometry Code, Universal Symbolic Mirrors of Natural Laws Within Us, Friendly Reminders of Inclusion to Forgive the Dreamer of Separation. Hey, his teachers, two of his main teachers, Greg Braden, if you're familiar with Greg Braden, and Gary Renard, who wrote Disappearance of the Universe, which is probably one of the top 2 or 3 most influential books about the Course of Miracles. Hi, Anna. Anna, how are you? So it'll be 5:25 Eastern Standard Time. Hey, Michelle. Our matters know if you die, everyone you know will have moved on within a couple of weeks. You will be forgotten quick. You're delusional? Wow. I don't know. I'll remember Heart Matters as long as I'm alive. But hey, I'm pretty delusional too. Except, I'll let you guys figure out the except. I am delusional as long as I believe that I am a singular body living a singular existence. I am delusional as long as I believe that I am the product of my thoughts. I am delusional when I believe that I'm separate from God. Lucy says, I'll be for Tarot's tonight. Tonight is Tarot night with Lucy. One of the best nights of the week. I hope you guys come up with your questions. Catherine Nelson says, so cool. Yeah, and if for some reason you can't make it, Catherine Nelson, it will be it'll be available to watch. And next week, I should have at least 2 different psychotherapists coming up, and we're going to talk about again, Course in Miracles and addiction. Both of them have extensive backgrounds in their own addictive behavior, as well as treating patients, guiding them through addiction. So I'm looking forward to it. Man, I'm enjoying all of the great conversations I get to have with these people. Adam says, Heart Matters, I haven't moved on from my little dog. It's been 4 months. Sometimes being touched, some things touch us deep. Agreed. I haven't moved on from losing my 2 dogs. And that was, the last one was 2019. Adam says that was into response to If We Die, People Don't Give a Crap. Yep, I think that was Michelle. Adam says, is Bruce today or tomorrow? Bruce is tomorrow. Tomorrow, last live stream. So, all right, guys, we just made an hour live stream. We're going to do some breath work. Marlon, you still here, my friend? If Marlon's here, we'll do some breath work with him. If anyone wants to join in, we're going to do the 4, 7, 8 breath. If Marlon isn't here, we'll probably put it off, maybe do it this evening before Lucy comes in. Unless anyone else in for breath work, let me know. Senkar says, my long distance girlfriend turns out to be a femboy. What should I do? Do you love her? If you love her, you love her. Dundee in the gym says, would anyone, you're back, Would Anyone Care by Citizen Soldier and Nobody Knows by Forrest Blake. The two songs that go into about If Anyone Would Miss You. Also give an answer. Yes. Gotcha. Sissy says yes. All right, guys. One sec. I keep dropping my pen. The only reason I need a pen is so I can continuously wag it at you guys. Yes, see, she is cute. It's not what I asked you. I didn't ask if they were cute. Hey, Selma. I asked if they were, if you loved them. All right. We're going to do 4, 7, 8 breath. This is when we breathe in through the nose for count of 4. We hold the breath for a count of 7. We exhale through the mouth, pursed lips, tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth with a whoosh. As if we're blowing softly, softly out a candle on a birthday cake. And we don't want to spit all over the cake because other people have to eat it too. So we're not seeing how fast we can get that breath out or how hard we can get that breath out. We're not, we are extending for a count of 8. I will do the counting. All you have to do is relax, and you can begin by closing your eyes. You can take a breath in through the nose, sigh, and let your shoulders hang. Just let them hang by your side, hands in the lap. Let those shoulders relax all the way down to the fingertips. Breathe in again. Sigh. And just relax, guys. Just relax. Hello, Jamie. I'm going to count to 3. We're going to take a first breath in through the nose for count of 4. Hold for 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with that whoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with a whoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath together for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, whoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let the breath go completely, settling into its own natural rhythm. Easy breaths. Relaxed. Letting go of all the accumulated stress, literally dropping off of you. When you're ready, open your eyes. I'll see you in the chat. We're going to get ready to say goodbye. Before we say goodbye, I'm going to say hello to our friend Salma. Hey, Salma, don't be scared. Do you know why? There's a great line from the Course in Miracles. It says, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. So when you know that you are with the peace of God, then you can't be threatened by a curse or otherwise. Sissy says, love you guys. Love you too, my friend. All right, guys, we're going to wrap things up. Come on by, hang out with us tonight. Lucy's going to pull cards, have some questions ready. Cats for Nelson, if you're still here, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for those gifts. Thank you for the conversation. Congratulations on those 5 sober years. They'll keep multiplying, my friend. Paul also seems to think leaders' principalities are the beast. P.S. Not a fan of Paul. Are we talking about which Paul are we talking about? Oh, the Paul. Hey, no, man, I got mixed feelings about Paul. Paul's letter, his letter to the Corinthians, is an absolutely beautiful description of love. Paul being struck down from the horse to become Paul. A rapturous experience of pure light. Jamie, I hope you're well, my friend. Estat says, take care, guys. You too, my friend. Hey, Estat, it's about time we modded you up. You might not want to be modded up, and if you don't, just let me know. All right. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut sniper, and I'm referring to the Apostle Paul. Gotcha. So, any curse can be escaped. A curse is true only as long as we believe that it's true. But would God ever create something that would hurt someone as pure and sweet as Selma? My answer to that is absolutely no. God would not. Put your faith in God. Put your trust in love. Know that we love you and we pray for you. Selma, all is okay. All is okay. All is okay. I promise you. Selma, I've known you for a while now. I have never, ever misled you. So I promise you, all is okay. Lucy says, we love you, Selma, and my unicorn mofo princess. Hey, and speaking of that, Lucy, you know, Lucy's spirit animal is unicorns. Unicorns have very powerful vibes. She is giving you those unicorn vibes. You are surrounded by love and unicorn vibes. You cannot be touched by a curse because Lucy said so. We got you back. Adam says, Selma, you too awesome to be curseable. There you go. Magic words from Adam. Someone says, I love unicorn. So keep thinking about that. You love unicorns. Unicorns love you. Both Adam and Lucy, have extended those unicorn powers to you. You are protected. Protected and loved. We got you back. See that? Lucy says, sending unicorn vibes to Selma's way. All right, guys, I love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back 5:25, hanging out with Lucy, pulling cards, and then we do the whole thing over again tomorrow. Love you.